Well, hello friends. Welcome back to the program. Today we are going to work on user interface stuff in Serenity, and I'd like to improve our message dialog that pops up when you try to close a document that has unsaved changes. So what we currently do is we pop up this pretty basic message box saying the document has been modified. Would you like to save? Yes, no, cancel. And it's not terrible, but I feel like we could do better because when I was using the Pluma text editor, which comes with Mate, which is really, I guess, a fork of the original gedit, I think. I'm not actually sure. But whatever the GNOME 2 editor was, if we do the equivalent thing here, we get a richer message box, I guess you could call it, where they say save changes to document, and then they state the title of the document before closing. And then if you don't save, changes from the last n seconds will be permanently lost. So I like that. I like that they tell you how long it's been since you saved. But I like these even more. So instead of yes, no, cancel, they have close without saving, cancel, and save as. So I feel like these are far less ambiguous than the ones we have, because here you kind of have to, I mean, even though most of us who use computers a lot, we probably understand sort of intuitively what this means. It would be nice to make it completely unambiguous instead of relying on sort of accumulated intuition, let's say. So I would like to have something more along these lines. So today we're going to steal this nice idea, I think, and wrap it up in a nice API, and then start making use of it in Serenity applications to make better dialogues like this. So, wait, why is my C line not up? Okay, I don't know what's up with that. Let's just start it back up. Okay, go away. Maybe it was on another workspace or something. Anyway. Okay, so let's go and look at text editor, where we pop these things up. So I guess what we want to look for is maybe yes, no, cancel. Yeah, so this is we have a couple of different input types for message boxes, and the input type determines what set of buttons we show. So there's okay, okay, cancel, yes, no, and yes, no, cancel. And this message box right here is effectively a yes, no, cancel dialog box as far as the possible responses. But I guess what we could do is we could treat it as a yes, no, cancel, but sort of customize or override the button text. And yeah, I mean, we really want to customize this thing quite a bit. So I think the ideal thing would be to have sort of a different static helper. So we have this show helper. So what you do is like GUI message box show, and then this creates a modal message box that either asks you for an answer to something or just okay, right? So I think we're going to make one of these, and maybe show is not the right thing. Maybe we call it something like ask about unsaved changes, and we will provide a parent window and maybe the name of the document, or I guess the path. Yeah, the path is pretty good. Path or name, document name, let's say. Yeah. And No, let's say path, because in Serenity, it's always about like saving a path. Is that future proof? Let's not worry about future proof at this very moment. Let's say path for now. And then I guess also like how long since we last saved. That would make sense. We don't have that information readily available, so let's do the other stuff first. So we'll start with just the parent window and the path, because everything else we can infer from that, right? We don't need, since it's about unsaved changes, we don't need to know the type. The type will always be a warning message box, and we don't need to know the input type because it will always be yes, no, cancel with custom button captions. So this will be a very nice API, actually. So let's see how we go about implementing that. So first off, we want to do sort of what's going on up here, same as show, but the title, we can say unsaved changes for now, because that's what the what text editor was doing here, was just saying unsaved changes, and it uses the app icon by default. I think that's fine. But for the text here, we can say, instead of just the document has been modified, it would be nice to say save changes to document and then the name of it, right? So we'll prepare a text. Of course, if you haven't, if the path is empty, that means that we haven't saved this thing before. So we're gonna need to actually, I guess then it becomes a save. Yeah, then it becomes a save as, but if you have a path that you've saved to before, then it becomes a save. Wait, does it work that way here? Boop. And then I edit, try to close. Yeah, then it becomes save. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, so let's do it that way. So the input type is always yes, no, cancel. And then the type is always type warning. Okay, and then the text is going to be if path is empty, text is, wait, what was this thing? Save changes to document, save changes to untitled document. Let's do it this way, yeah, before closing. Let's see. Before, yeah, I guess before closing is good to like really emphasize. Else text is save to before closing. That works. Path. Oh, actually, let's do a lexical path base name for that, because we don't need to show the full path, I think. Let's only show the base name. Also, let's bump that copyright. Gotta get the new year in there. Okay. Okay, this feels okay so far, but we do want to tweak those button captions as well. So, we want them, do we want to say close without saving, cancel, and save? That's kind of good. How do we get to those? We build the UI in build, okay. And then we add some buttons, sure. Okay, yeah, so let's save these in members. So OK button. Yes. Yeah, I mean, this is, we just need some kind of member to be able to get to these buttons after the fact, after we left the function that builds the UI. So here we can just return button. Okay, and yes and no, cancel. Okay, yes, no, cancel, sure. Now we have those, and what do we do with that info? Well, now we can go in this function right here and override the name of these things. So yes button, set text. He doesn't like me because I'm a static member function, of course. So set the text to save. Actually, path is empty. If so, save. Otherwise, no, if it's empty, then it's save as dot. Otherwise, it's save. Yeah. Oh, I think that they're misusing they're missing the ellipses here, right? If you have a new document, so they have tabs here, which gives them a slightly different situation than we have. But yeah, their save as is missing the ellipses. So I would say that's a bug, maybe. I mean, I haven't read their user interface guidelines properly, so I'm not sure if they would consider it a bug. But in our case, since we follow the ellipsis means that additional input will be required before the action can be taken. Since you have to provide a name, then it should have an ellipsis. The no button should be called set text close, I guess. Oh, wait. What were the options? Save, close without saving. That's what it's called. Close without saving. And cancel. Okay. Let's see if we can make use of this. So where do we use this no cancel? In text editor, right here, in a bunch of places. Sure. So it'll actually be pretty nice to simplify these a little bit. So instead of doing this big show thing, we can just say, ask about unsaved changes for window and path. Cool. Yes, no, cancel. Okay. Let's try this out. And then I'm thinking about like the this thing that shows like how long since we last saved. I guess it would be, we need to know when we switched to state. That's basically it. So we have to keep track of when we last transitioned into a dirty state for the document. Save changes to untitled document before closing. Save as, close with, or cancel. Close with? Yeah, that's not quite right. That thing needs to grow, obviously, to accommodate the text. Let's see. So maybe it doesn't need to be called close without saving. Maybe it's just save as. I mean, close is fine as well. Close without saving feels like it would really clunk up the UI here. And also give you like this non-uniform button size. I quite like that the buttons are the same size, and save as, close, or cancel are still significantly better than yes, no, cancel. Yeah. So let's go with just close instead of close without saving. I think that will still be a nice improvement. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really sweet. Save as, close, or cancel. And then that was canceled, right? And then we save this as foo, and then edit, 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 try to exit. Save changes to foo before closing. Save, close, or cancel. Close. Yeah, this already feels like a nice improvement. So let's see, let's get those message box changes in. Add message box, ask about unsaved changes. This is a help static helper function for asking the user what they want to do about unsaved changes. It behaves as a standard yes, no, cancel. But replaces the button captions with save, close, cancel instead. But uses a more, it, let's say, basically behaves as a standard yes, no, cancel box with some with text and buttons tailored to the unsaved changes, to the typical unsaved changes situation, use case. Yeah. Okay. That's good. And then we will port text editor to that. Wait, unsaved change? That's not what that should be called. Also, I have a commit here, which just turns off my sound card, which is just for hex turn off sound card. That's just something I do for my video recording. I forgot to make a separate commit for it before starting the recording. Usually I do that so that the QEMU sound emulation doesn't interfere with the video recording, which has been a problem in the past. So we want to reword these commits. Wait, unsaved changed? Oh, shoot. Well, that's not supposed to be the name of it, so let's fix that. Okay, a little bit of commit fixing here. Fix up one, or wait, did I fix up? And then we also have to fix these up. Yeah, and we got to get the good history right. We don't want to screw that up. Okay. Sure. All right. So next thing would be to get that little clock thing that tells us how long ago. So let's make that an optional thing that you can provide if you want to. So let's say we have, let's see how we store that actually. So we have document is modified. That's sort of the thing that determines if we're dirty or not. Sure. And that just forwards to the undo stack. And then we have set unmodified, which does what exactly? Set unmodified, which just forwards to the undo stack. Okay, so I think we can make the undo stack remember this. So set current unmodified. So the undo stack has like all the undoable actions, right? And then it remembers the action where we last saved, so that if you undo a bunch, save, and then redo a bunch, and then undo back again to the state where you saved, then the document will appear unmodified once again. So we keep track of that kind of thing. And we call that the clean index. The clean index is the index into the undo stack at which we are considered an unmodified undo stack, right? So I think the unmodified, I guess here, like this, we just have to remember this per undo stack. At first I was thinking we would put a timestamp with each undo item, which I guess we could do, but it also seems a little bit overkill when we can also simply keep track of when we set this. So like clean timestamp is going to be, okay, I should use act time because a bunch of people worked on act time, and I don't think I've used it ever. So let's figure out how that works. Time now. Let's say monotonic. Yes. Yeah, I want it to be monotonic because I'm not going to use this to say that like, oh, this undo stack item or the undo stack was marked clean at like this date. It's going to be how long ago. That's what we want to be able to compute from this, right? So we will do this clean timestamp, and I guess it's an optional, and I don't know why I'm saying act time. Also, did I even need act time here? I think I didn't. Yeah. Oh, maybe I need to add it. Okay. So clean timestamp. Last unmodified. No, clean timestamp is fine. Yeah. Set current unmodified is current unmodified. Time const. Oops. Maybe we should call it last unmodified timestamp. Also, why am I doing that? Yeah, last unmodified timestamp is a bit more readable. It's a bit more understandable. Okay. Does time have a bogus value? It has an empty. What is that? 0, 0. Is 0. Yeah, I'm just going to use an optional. Okay, so now we have that info, and we can fetch it in here. So that would be asking the document editor for the document for the undo stack for the last unmodified timestamp. Okay, ask about. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll pass an optional time that tells us when it was last unmodified. And actually, in all of these cases, we know that it's been modified. That's why we're asking. So we can dereference that optional immediately. I think that would actually be slightly nicer, because then the API doesn't need to care. At the same time, no, let's make the API understand optional, because then if you're using this in a context where we don't track this information for whatever reason, then we don't need to have a separate API. Okay, little bit of API design thinking there, but not terribly much. So last unmodified timestamp. Sure. And then here, optional time, last unmodified timestamp. Okay, and maybe we'll use a string builder here instead. So builder, save changes to untitled document, else builder append that thing, sure. And then builder, if we have a last unmodified timestamp, so if that thing has a value, then wait, we want to have it before closing. So last modified, last saved seconds ago, just to start with something here. let's see, can we subtract this from time now monotonic, maybe? 2 seconds? Yeah, let's try that. Also, we should probably put the now first, since presumably now is after the last time we saved. Okay, and then we also want to append before closing. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so nothing fancy yet, just trying out if we can get all the information we've hooked up to actually show up correctly. So what were they saying here? Oh, I see. So they have like a 2-part message. They have like the first line says this, and then the second line says this other thing. I guess we could do 2 lines. Like, if you don't save, ooh, ooh, ooh. I wonder if that will fit our general aesthetic. I guess only one way to find out really is to look at it. Okay, we have an extra space here, looking pretty bad. Last salve. Wait, what on earth? What the frick? What is even happening? I'm confused. Okay, let's take one step at a time. Save changes to untitled document. Parentheses. Okay, this goes wrong some really weird way. Oh, I'm just saying append here. Oh my goodness. That's not the API API that I wanted to call. I see. Okay. Look at what I'm doing. Very silly. So I'm passing in a string and a size, thinking that I am passing in a format string. Well, that explains the weird behavior. Let's try that again. So I was passing this in as a raw string, and then like this would be the length of the raw string that I wanted to actually append. Slight misuse of the API there. Okay. Save changes to untitled document, last saved 2 seconds ago before closing. Okay, so that's really cool. I think that's super duper cool. But it's too much information on the one line. So let's try to break it up like they do. So first we ask like save changes before closing. Sure. And then if we have more, like if you don't save, changes from the will be lost. Okay, let's see if that actually works. I don't remember if we have multi-line text in message boxes. I feel like I added that at some point, but I'm not sure. Oh wait, shoot! I have to actually make an edit. Yeah, that didn't really work out. Would it have worked with a single new line though? Also, that text feels very long. I see. Okay, so 3-line text box doesn't work. That's really awkward. So I guess the other thing that we could do, so they don't even use the window title here. We just say unsaved changes. One option could be to use the window title for the save changes to untitled document before closing ? But it's not really on brand to put the important question in the window title. So I feel like that would be a bit weird to put that in the window title. Instead, we can probably manicure the text a little bit. So we can just say something like last saved. Second is ago. And then here we can even do one of these things. So, we can call this age. And then age, if age is 1, then nothing else seconds. Then we just do one of those things where we do that. Ah, damn it. That's kind of cool. Now I'm just thinking, would it look even cooler if this thing would be ticking up? I guess that would feel... Let's see. On one hand, it would look kind of cool if it would tick up, right? Because it would feel like, wow, this is really telling you the truth. At the same time, if you're ticking this thing up, then imagine that you pop one of these guys up, and then you go and you do something else, and then you come back. And then now it says like last saved 500 seconds ago, or like 5 minutes ago, whatever. At that point, you don't really know what that means, right? Or it's way harder to understand. Whereas if you come back and it says last saved 1 second ago, you know that you haven't lost many changes. Whereas, yeah, so sort of the value, your ability to interpret that number dilutes with every increment, I guess. So we should probably keep it fixed, even though it would look neat to increment it. Yeah, that's what I think. If we had the ability to do rich text labels, it might be cool to like bold untitled document, but we currently don't have rich text labels. So let's do that, and then you try to exit. We could quote that one, actually. Yeah, let's quote that one. So let's do that. Yes. I think that would look slightly cooler. Man, I just really love these little details, as you probably know if you are watching this channel. So Yeah, we save. Super nice. Yes, we just need a period at the end here after a go, because punctuation matters, of course. But I would say that's a very, very nice feature. So let's commit. First thing we'll do is we'll expose this on undo stack. Lib GUI, let's see, make GUI undo stack. Remember, time it was last set to unmodified. This can be used to determine how long ago, how much time has passed since a document was saved to file. Saved, let's say. All right, and then we'll update message box. And actually, let's make that API that takes the optional, let's make the optional by having a default value. So you don't have to pass in the last unmodified timestamp. Yes. An optional timestamp. It's not a modification timestamp, it's an unmodification timestamp. To unsaved changes dialogs. If we have, yeah. Okay, and then text editor, include unmodified timestamp. Let's maybe call it the last unmodified timestamp in unsaved changes dialogs. Now we're like inventing these terms here. Show last. Show time since last save in unsaved changes dialogs. Yes, that's really cool. And then let's reword that previous commit, unmodified timestamp. This allows us to generate a last saved n seconds ago. To show and asking the user what to do. Okie dokie. So let's add this to some other application. Yes, no, cancel. I guess we can do the Pixel Paint. Why don't we? So in Pixel Paint, already we have some differences. So the title here is saved before closing. Actually, let's take a look at that dialog. This is something that I love about doing stuff like this, by the way, that you have a feature that you're using almost the same way throughout the system, but not exactly the same way. So if we draw here, try to exit, try to close this guy right here. This thing doesn't look like exactly like the text editor one, because that one said unsaved changes. This one says save changes. Yeah, so I was confusing the order here of the title and text. Save before closing question mark. Save changes. Yeah, so let's improve this by using our new friend, ask about unsaved changes. And we simply have to pass in, I guess, the, oh wait, how do we know what the path is here? Because this is the main widget and it has a tabbed UI. So we need to actually, wait, am I even in the right place? Save before closing, because I clicked on the tab. Okay, well, I am in the right place. Okay, so tab widget, active widget, I guess. Wait. There has to be a way here. So let's see, what does save image as action do? Wait, this thing seems unsophisticated. New image. Because it also doesn't differentiate between save and save as, because it always just activates save as, even if you have a file name. Okay, so we'll actually quite significantly improve this dialog by switching to the new API. And then reacting to the response appropriately. So yes, should do either save or save as, depending on if we have a known path, right? So wait, is there even a save image action? Oh man, there isn't even a save? Come on, Pixel Paint, why don't we have save? New image from clipboard. That's actually a sweet feature. Part of me would imagine that as like a paste as new image under edit, but new image from clipboard makes perfect sense to me. So let's not get sidetracked. So this application is totally missing a save action. That's kind of a little bit goofy. So I guess we can add one then. Whatever. No problem. I'm no stranger to changing the code, of course. So let's start by adding a save action. So it'll be very similar to save image as, except we already have the file name. So save image action, and let's put that after save as action. Okay, so if we don't have a file name, we can just delegate to the save as action. So first we grab the current image editor. Wait. Does this thing not know its file name? Wait a minute. Path. Path is what it's called. Okay. Set path. The image has a path. Sure. Okay. I would have expected that to be called file name, maybe. Also, I would expect the editor. It feels weird that the image has the file name rather than the editor, because I mean now we're getting into Pixel Paint internals, but basically the editor is what's inside of a tab here. So if you create a new tab, you get a second editor. The editor provides this workspace here with rulers and a zoomable image and so on. And the image is like the thing here that you can pan around in the image editor. So the white guy right here is an image. And now I'm drawing into a layer, the only layer in the image. But the image should probably not have the path inside of it. It should be in the editor. Why is it like that? Yeah, okay, let's not get distracted with pixel paint architecture. Let's just fetch it. So if the path is empty, then we delegate to save as. Activate and return. Sure. Otherwise, then we can just resave using this thing. Wait, so how does that work with text editor? Save action. We do a request file. Yeah, I haven't been programming against file system access client much at all. So file system access client, or FSAC, is a system service that provides sort of mediated access to files so that you can completely sandbox text editor, and then it can ask the file system access client service to give it a file descriptor. And then the file system access client service opens up the GUI dialog that allows you to pick a file and stuff like that. So none of that runs in text editor itself. Text editor doesn't have access to the file system. So I guess I should use the request file API here, whereas save as action uses save file. Yeah, these names here need some work for sure. And also there's like weird overlap between these things. I feel like the save action, this could go first for sure. Yeah, let's just do that one right away. So if mpath is empty, let's just do early return, because otherwise that's a bit strange. Okay. I don't know, just a little thing, but not using early return style is a bit, makes the code harder to read unnecessarily. So let's just tweak that. Use early return style in save action callback. So we want to request a file with our window ID, the path, and then the mode that we want to open it with. Sure. So, let's see. Okay, so we can just grab the window. The path is the editor image path, sure. What do we have in here? Error. So if error is non-zero, return, sure. Otherwise, we'll just try to save. Okay, let's see if that works. I guess I need to actually add the save image action. This got a lot more involved than I was expecting because of my unfamiliarity with the file system access client. But it's a good thing that I exposed myself to it. So let's see. Let's just add a save action above the regular save as action. Also, I predict that I will now become a little bit annoyed by the fact that save and save as have the same action icon, because that already bugged me a bit about the new and new from clipboard. Yeah, look at that. Same icon here and same icon here. Okay, so do that. Try to save. Untitled PP, sure. Save your PP file. And then draw some more. Can we just save? Okay, very sweet. And then we try to close. Right, we didn't do this thing yet. Save as still pops the dialog, but save just works. That's really cool. Let's actually verify that it saves though. So make it red, save, exit. Okay, so it does save. That's fine. But it felt like it didn't mark it as unmodified. Does that happen in setPath by any chance? I have a hunch that that's going to happen in setPath, and that's going to be weird. No? Okay. All right. I'm letting myself get totally yak baited into everything here, so I'm just gonna put a leash on myself and finish what I wanted to do. So we added the save image action. Pixel Paint. Add save action. Let's have this as a complement to the save as action. Sure. And then now we can finally do the yes, no, cancel thing the way that I wanted, which was the whole point of going here. So ask about unsaved changes. Now we can simply pass in the current image editor image path. Yeah. So current image editor should not be able to fail in this situation because we know the tab widget has children. Yes. But let's verify that just to be sure. And then yes means something different depending on no, let's not cache that because that cache might get invalid. If current image editor image path is empty, then save as activate. Else save image action activate. Okay. Oh, hold on. I have an undo stack here as well. So let's use that. Also, by the way, this this makes me realize that if you try to close the main widget, when you have multiple tabs open, it will only ask you if you want to save the currently active tab, even if you have tabs in the background which are full of unsaved changes. But dang it, I'm not baiting myself into fixing that now. Oh, it's so tempting, but I'll just leave that one for our future selves or somebody else. So we want to pass in the timestamp, and let's get that from the, do we have the undo stack somewhere? Where's the undo stack? Okay, who uses this? Undo action. Editor undo, sure. Which does what? Editor, oh, it has an undo stack. Okay, so let's just expose that. That seems fine, right? And then we can simply use that from wherever it was I wanted to use it. Undo stack dot last modified timestamp. Wait, what is undo stack? Own putter. Oh, I see, I see. Sure. Why is it an own putter? Who creates that thing? What the heck? So we create an undo stack in the initializer list, and then we create a new undo stack immediately. I'm confused. Resist the yak bait. Just casually committing without even trying to build it. Shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. Oh man, this video today is, it's like driving outside the lines here and there a little bit, or like skidding outside the lines, which is fun, and it's a good thing to practice resisting, like running outside the lines too much when you're trying to focus on something. So let's get on track. Try to close. That is nice. Cancel. Okay, let's save this. Wait, hold on. Why doesn't it? I guess I never saved, so it can't say like last saved because it was never saved. So if I save it as something, sure, and then try to close it. No, still doesn't work. Oh, maybe we never mark unmodified. That's probably the issue. So we need to start doing that in the fancy save actions that we just hacked on. So editor undo stack set current unmodified. That's what we got to do after we successfully save. Yes. Oh man, I thought that adding this to Pixel Paint was going to be just simple, but turns out that we have to fix a bunch of stuff. Not that I mind. Sure. Try and close. Finally. Now look at that rich question. That is awesome. I love it. It's so good. And then say that you had something that you never saved. You try to close it and it's a save as box. Yeah. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. Yeah. Pixel Paint. Ask about unsaved changes. Yeah, this Necessitated updating to make the timestamp last saved timestamp show up correctly. We also now mark the editor's undo stack as unmodified on save. Oh, okay. Maybe we just go in and shave a tiny little yak here, because there's this one thing that is just too much to ignore. I think this undo stack here doesn't need to be in an onputter at all. We can just make it a regular value member. And then we also don't need to allocate two of them. We can actually just do just that simple one. And all of these mundo stack arrow can just be mundo stack doot. Yep. I don't see why that shouldn't work. And it seems like a harmless change. Also, what on earth? I had file system corruption in my disk image. Hopefully unrelated. Okay, so undo, redo, undo, redo. It just totally works. Great. Okay. Pixel pane to make image editor undo stack a plane a regular value member, a regular valued member of the image editor society. Right. So there were like approximately 50 other yaks to shave in that general area, but let's not get baited and instead do another one like font editor. Wait, does this guy have save and save as actions? It does. Fantastic. Actually, I guess you can always call the save action, now that I think about it, and it will then like turn forward to the save as action if you don't have a path. So you don't need to do that when you are handling the thing. Save as action. I didn't think of that, but save image as action. Here we can simply do this, and this action callback will take care of that for us. So I didn't need to do quite that big of a dance. So fix up, let's put that straight up there, clickety clack, and good. Okay, and then let's just do our boy font editor, ask about unsaved changes. And what is the path? Path? Haha. Yeah. And do we have an undo stack? Undo, oh, it's right there. Wait, is this also an onputter? This doesn't need to be in an onputter. I don't know why we have these in onputters. It seems kind of unnecessary, because yeah, let's just test that this already works, and then we can get rid of that heap allocation as well. Okay, so let me Germanize this U here. and clickety-clack. Okay, so this looks all right so far. And then let's go ahead and save as germanize.font. Save. And then I go ahead and, I don't know, let's Spanishize the U. I don't know how you would pronounce this letter or if it really exists, but that didn't quite work out the way I imagined. So I guess we're not cleaning the undo stack in the save action. Save action. Oh, this reads a little bit funny. So if path is empty, then we activate the save as action. Otherwise, we call the save as function. So it reads as if you delegate to save as in both cases, which tells us that the name of this function is not great. But let's not get baited. Instead, we will simply update the save as function to update the undo stack, set current unmodified. Boom. Yeah. So it updates the window state to unmodified, but it forgets about the undo stack, which is fine. We can do that this way. I feel like maybe we should have a way to connect an undo stack to the window, and then the window. Have I said this before? I feel like I've said this before, that there should be a way to assign an undo stack to a window. But then again, that doesn't work for tabbed UI. If you have multiple undo stacks within one window, then you can't have the window reflect the unmodified state of all stacks at the same time if you only allow assignment of a single one. Okay, let's not go down that path. So clickety clackety, try to save, edit something else, try to exit, and sweet. Very sweet. All right, so yeah, let's just go with this one for now. Use GUI message box. Ask about unsaved changes. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Okay, so there are a bunch more yes, no, cancel boxes that can be converted, and a whole bunch of little things that can be improved in the architecture of Pixel Paint especially. But I'm going to be happy with this video here because we have made a nice feature, I think. It's a quality of life improvement, more expressive UI, and I'm very pleased with it. So this will be the end of today's video. If you made it this far, then I thank you for watching and for hanging out. And I do feel a little bit weird about it saying last saved 4 seconds ago when it's technically an unsaved, untitled document that has never been saved. But that's probably an artifact of, I guess it's because the undo stack is, if the undo stack is marked unmodified on startup, which it always should be, yeah, in that case, if we don't have a path, then we shouldn't consider it ever saved, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. So I think that makes sense. So let's change the logic in message box so that we don't show this. If path is, we want it to be non-empty, right? Because if you have if you don't have a file name from before, then it was never saved, so we shouldn't act like it was saved. So we're almost at the end of today's video. But yeah, that's better. And then you save, try to exit and click. Yes. Oh, shoot. Wait, what did I do there? That's not what I wanted to add. There we go. Don't show last saved for never saved documents in unsaved. Last saved information for never saved documents. When showing the unsaved changes dialog for an empty path, we should not make it appear, should not say last saved at, since that would be a lie. Yes, okay. So I think that's it for today's video. If you made it this far, then I thank you for watching, for hanging out. And as always, we are going to keep iterating on this. So not to worry if you spotted a mistake or something we can do better. We always iterate and make things better. But thank you very much. I hope you liked it, and I will see you next time, I guess. Bye.